Hey, what's happening? We are back with another video, and today we are going to just kind of follow up on what Martell's alleged ex has been posting on Twitter and kind of bring you up to speed as what's been occurring in the past couple of days. So another blogger by the name of The Empress Show, she had actually did an interview with this woman. And she had posted it and then deleted it because she said she did not want to be involved with anything else that this woman was doing, because Deshauna had actually posted Marsau and Tisha's address out on social media. And the Empress Show was saying, you know, she doesn't want to get caught up in any type of lawsuits when you start putting people's personal information out on social media sites. I was just curious as to why Marsau and Tisha were put into all of this. Deshauna does explain in the written interview transcript from the Empress Show of how and why Marsau is involved. So let's get into the transcript, and then you guys let me know what you think. So it all started out where the Empress Show asked her if she had some time. Let's discuss love and marriage, Huntsville. I see you've been tweeting up a storm about Martell and Marsau. Deshauna responds, okay, I have time to answer a few questions, though some answers may be as long as a novel. I know a lot about the cast, including fake marriages, drugs, bisexual, grinder profiles, narcissistic men, and simple women. The Empress questions, okay, well, we're going to get into all of it. So you mentioned you had a daughter with Martell Holt. Is he present in her life? Deshauna responds, Martell was seeing her about 2 times a month, if that. Since Saturday, though, he will not be seeing her due to the threats he's made against me for speaking out. I will update you when possible, but I hope he never sees her. I spoke with Martell for 3 minutes today. He called from a different number. Anyway, he said I was breaking families up and affecting too many people, trying to scare me. Him and Marsau forward business calls to their phones, so it looked like a business number calling. The next question she was asked was what originally set you off about Martell last Saturday that sparked all of this. She proceeds to say Martell was mad along with Cass because I said some truthful tweets. He was mad because I called him a stupid serial cheater because he is running the same lies on me he did with Arion in the car. Almost the same words. Only difference was he asked for a paternity after the birth of my child. This was done because Melody found out about me. The bottom line is I know too much. She was then asked, have you met Melody? What are your thoughts on her? She says, so I had a way to find out who Melody was. I knew a colleague that set it up so we could talk. She called and referred to me as Arion, and her tone went left. So I told her I think we need to meet. When we met, her energy changed. I'm short and shapely. I'm not petite or fat, and my breasts naturally are triple D cups, so I'm considered attractive. Anyway, she was telling me about Arion at the time and about the hurt we both had, and we actually hugged and embraced each other. I didn't know he was married when we met. Martell really is a pathological liar. She was telling me he has always been that way. The convo had to end, if I remember correctly, because I had to work and she had a meeting. It was so long ago. She was clear they were done, and I told her where his storage was, and the apartment he said was him and his brother Marsau. They had a bachelor pad of sorts hidden from their wives. To be honest, my blood was boiling because I figured out his ways of tricking women with lies and having his mother cover for him along with other family members. A couple of times after that, I saw Melody at events around Huntsville, and we speak like old friends, no beef. We have even spoken on the phone maybe 2 or 3 times. She is also aware I know way too much dirt on her and the rest of them, sorry to say. The next question was, can you tell us more about Martell's alleged criminal acts and or abusive tendencies? She proceeds to say, so one day the police had Martell outside, handcuffed in a patrol car, and I rushed outside. One of the cops addressed me as Mrs. Melody Holt. I played along, but they ended up taking him. They weren't clear on the reason. I guess he fit the description. As the cops were leaving, one says, "I'll be back for your real name," as he handed me his card and winked. I did not see or hear from Martell for a couple of days. When I finally saw him, he said he was in jail. They thought he robbed a liquor store or something. Long story short, that fool was out hoeing. He probably only had a traffic violation and bailed out. Anyways, Martell thinks he is a street dude. He is nothing but a boy with oversized fake veneers. Most of them had work done and continue to do with money from the show. Wait for season 3 if he even returns. As far as the abuse, once he shook me super hard and then had this scary look on his face, but he knew his life would be ended because I carried protection. I had to live my life worrying about my daughter. After that, I broke it off instantly. God let me know he saved me. I found out he had a history of attempts to end his life and also thoughts about taking someone out. He's bipolar. I hope and pray my daughter will not be like her dad. He also vandalized my 2 cars. He's also destroyed another man's house and beat up a blogger. Arion did a video with that blogger from my understanding. Martell tried to say he built my house, but really all he did was made a recommendation to another company. He's been rude and abusive to Mel too. He told her once that she's lucky he came back to her at all after being with me because I'm really curvy. He actually got Arion a butt job. This didn't start with me. He's been cheating. The next question was, how do you know Marsau? Why are you angry at him if you share a child with Martell? And she proceeds to say, Marsau has done disrespectful things in his past. Since his weight loss and liposuction, he really started acting flirtatious. Martell was okay with it. They're both bums who share women. My issue is with Marsau, is he and his wife have been harassing me since Saturday. He doesn't even work. He just stays on the internet all day playing games, finding women instead of working. This is why he has so much time to find the accounts of all those phone numbers that were calling him last night. His kid's mother is sending me stuff in my DMs too. Other people are sending me stuff that's public knowledge, but I'm the only one telling the truth, and that's why I'm getting threatened. He called me from Schultz, and I posted his number. The next question was, there's a lot of speculation that Marsau is unfaithful to Tisha. How do you know that? Does he really have a 4th child outside his marriage? She states he has a 4-year-old son named Christian. He was messing with Alonda, the hairdresser, Melody exposed for sleeping with Marsau. That's the crazy part about them doing that video together, denying it. They have a kid together. I had run-ins with Tisha and Marsau in stores, and Martell was with me once, and he introduced who I was. Tisha was acting nervous and staring at my body. Marsau didn't want her to really be introduced because I know about chicks who had abortions from him and Martell. I'm talking from fast food workers, maids, liquor store people, ice cream place, and more. I told you about the ice cream story. As far as Tisha, I see her and her mom in places even with Marsau, but she doesn't remember. I keep my hair done nice. I'm stylish, some say. I'm not like Wanda with 3 different styles at once. There's a list of reasons why Marsau is scared, besides the fact he doesn't take care of his son. I don't want to bash the baby mom, but she gets no support or anything from Marsau. Marsau has kicked her blank, his wife Tisha's blank. He hits his wife on the regular. Martell has told me numerous times and tried to put himself on a pedestal. He thinks he's better than Marsau. Tisha befriends people too easy and brings women around for Marsau to cheat with without her knowledge. He sleeps with white girls too and all nationalities. Martell likes black women, but ghetto women, and women who can be dependent or need him for something. The next question was, to your knowledge, does Maurice cheat as well? As far as Maurice, the answer is yes. Every single main person on the show I have dirt on, Melody included. I know people think she is the sunshine girl, but they all have dirt. Kimmy has called around asking about Maurice's whereabouts too. Him and his wife were having issues, but trying to work it out. But once Kimmy stepped in that marriage, was rap. She had a reputation until she got married. That's all I'm going to say. That's why Melody didn't want her touching Martell. Melody knows a lot about these men. They all cheat, including Laberick too. That's why him and Destiny are having issues. Martell had me around all his friends. He even used to bring me chicken sometimes. So they all knew about each other being with other women. That's how I know his friends. She then proceeds to ask her if she can elaborate on any dirt that she may have on Melody. She states before the show she had her own apartment and she was doing her. They decided to fake getting back together for the show. Everyone in Huntsville knows they weren't together. Marsau and Melody have sexual tension in that episode, as I know they had sex a few times. That's why Tisha is angry with her. Marsau used to be chubby before lipo, and Melody was helping him get in shape. They were spending a lot of time together, and then one time they left the bar together and never went to their individual homes, and Martell was mad. The reason I know Martell was over visiting the baby, and Tisha called asking about Marsau's whereabouts and hinting around asking where Melody was. Melody is dating a football player now, as far as I know. The next question she was asked was, what do you think about Ariane Curry? You mentioned they moved in together recently. How does that make you feel? Her response was, I have no reason to feel a way about her living with him. Maybe then he will get his truck fixed that's been sitting for months. I guess renting out his home to people didn't work. Ha ha ha. Plus he can take care of his kids and stop depending on his mother and others. Martell and I haven't been together in years. Again, my daughter was born before they ever thought of creating a show. I was done with him after he burned me with an STD, and once I found out about Melody, I confronted him by putting my piece to his head, if you know what I mean. He even got me a ring, and I thought we were engaged until I found out he was already married. I took an HIV test, which was negative, thankfully, but it was embarrassing. I had to take 3 tests since we were having unprotected sex. They had a trucking business, so he would come see me some days, then go to see Ariane a few days, and there were more women from my knowledge. The grand opening of Black that aired on the finale, Ariane was actually there. Melody was there too at the same place, which seems crazy, but it's no surprise to me because Melody always knew about other women and looked the other way. Ariane has been around Martell for 7 years now. The next question was, the people want to know if you have any proof to back up your statements. She says, as far as the people wanting proof, I have posted messages of what I can. The cast knows what I say is real. I'm not posting anything because my daughter's name may be in it, my real name, my job, etc. I cannot jeopardize my life by trusting anyone with that information. Those were my dogs in the video he did recently when he coached his children. In the beginning of the video, he looked to the side and said, "Good morning," when my dogs barked. I was there to drop off some paperwork. Also, the number I exposed, Marsau calling to threaten me, turned out to be legit. Next question was, how are you doing with everything? This is actually the last question. She says, I'm not sitting around crying about Martell since I've gone on to have productive relationships. My daughter has good men as role models in her life. I don't want to note the blogger all about the tea, never even interviewed me. She made a boring video reading my tweets and then turned on me when I said something wasn't accurate. So I appreciate you reaching out. I want people to know about keeping women safe from these narcissistic men. I have done different venues for spreading enlightenment on the dangers of abuse. This is why I spoke out in the first place, because I want people to know what kind of man Martell is. Well, so there you have it, folks. That is the transcript from the interview that was done. And honestly, I don't even really know what to say. I don't know whether it's true. I mean, we know this is all alleged. But it's just awfully kind of sad. I think it's just sad that this show has brought out all of this drama for these people in their personal lives. But I guess that's what happens when you do reality TV. That's just the chance that you take. But in the meantime, let me know what you think down in the comments, and we'll go from there. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so that you never miss a video.